band has been coming to Camp Marengo for nearly 40 years. It's a very good camp because it's kind of isolated from the city. You actually get to be on the campgrounds and live here the entire week. The kids get to stay in cabins, which they always think is very neat. They have a fantastic marching band field surrounded by trees, so the sound that you get there is absolutely amazing. The staff here is wonderful and have really treated us well. We've been coming back every single year because of that staff and because of the experience they're able to provide our students here at Camp Marengo.
When we come out here to band camp, it's amazing the types of things that we can see that we never get to see in those 45-minute blocks when you're in the classroom. We really get a chance to see what makes the student tick. When you get them away from their families, get them away from their parents, get them away from their other friends, they come here, they're focused on one thing, and that's band and their friends that they make in band. You're here, you're with us, and you're focused.
Band, welcome to Wednesday morning! Woo! Woo!
Basically, you wake up in the morning, you stretch out, you're straight into music rehearsal, then out on the field. It's all the way until you go to bed at night. I mean, sometimes even when you're in bed at night. I know I go to bed, I think through my drill. I remember freshman year waking up and hearing people going up 2, 3, 4 in their sleep. So I mean, it's continuous.
Up, 2, 3, flash, 1, 2.
Our marching style is very physically demanding, and we do a lot of structured building of marching style in order to get them in shape. There is no other sport or activity that uses similar muscle movement to what we do in the Lancer Band. Everything that we teach in our marching style is taught from the very most basics and the ground up. So in order to get the kids in shape and get those muscles, memorizing those new body positions, we work on fundamentals every day. We do stretches and warm-ups to get our bodies in shape, and even run a little bit and try to keep our aerobic ability going, because it's a very, very physically demanding style. Nobody is built to march this style. You really have to learn it.
There's not many marching styles in band out there where you actually have to change your emotional state to do it. You can't really be a lovey-dovey attitude and do this band. And we have a saying that is on the field, off the field. You can be a nice person. I think a lot of us are really nice people, but when you go on the field, that's not what we expect. We expect the counting. We expect to be intimidating. We expect to be that fierceness that makes that fire ignite whenever we get on the field.
The only thing I will not accept is not living up to your potential, right? You got power like nobody. It's fantastic. I see your game faces. I like it, band. Back down.
We are that way every single time we're in music rehearsal and every single time we're on the field. And that intensity usually translates really well into the kids and kind of brings that group intensity up and really gets our band driving and focused and ready to perform.
2, 3, flash, 1, 2, 3,
count, 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 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, count, 3, 4, 5,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, close, drop.
That's what you need every time, right? I like it.
There is no real way for me to put into words just how physically tiring this marching style can be and how mentally draining it can be by the time you're done. The mentally draining part of the whole thing is telling yourself when your body says no that you have to keep saying yes and still fighting that.
1. Oh, I didn't say 3 yet. Push, 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 push.
This style, it's incredible.
Point.
We're actually one of the, I guess, few bands in Licking County that do
Tighten
this
your core.
high-stepping style. It's a lot more intense, but at the same time, I personally think it looks a lot more impressive than some of the lower styles. And I'm not, ragging on them, because they put in tons of hard work as well, too. But I just believe it's a lot more flashy and a lot more impressive when you see high-stepping bands that drive it just as hard as those other bands do.
I think the hardest part about band camp is waking up in the morning and feeling like that you've gained 40 years, and then you get out on the field, you're so tired and you're so sore, and it doesn't even matter. It's like you got to do it just like you're not sore. You got to get that put on the mental game and give it your all, even though everybody knows you're sore and we're all in it together, and that's the hardest part, is just getting over the fact that you're sore, but that doesn't matter.
The Lancer Band has been doing this style for 8 years. When the style switched 8 years ago, Josh Halter was a sophomore and approached us about becoming a drum major and practicing that. And we allowed him to do that, and he just blew us away. We didn't know what we were getting into, blew us away. He started a great legacy here at Lakewood. He trained another young man, Kyle West, who also went on to Ohio State University, and Kyle trained our current drum major, Matt Toscan. The Lakewood drum major has been kind of the face of the Lancer Band. We wear the same uniform as the Ohio State University Marching Band drum major, and we do a lot of the same moves, and it's really been a very recognizable figure for our ensemble.
You know, just following in both of their footsteps, it's very stressful. I mean, I didn't have as much time as either of them twirling, but to me that was no excuse. Like, I knew that I had big footsteps to follow into, that people expected a lot. I have to try my best every week to be as good as them. But once you're out there on the field and you see the audience just, you know, looking at you, whether you're in the band or whether, you know, you're out there twirling like me, it's a great experience. I mean, it's you don't want to leave the field. And to realize that you're in one of the best bands in Licking County doing it, that people are actually like really pumped to see you, that makes it even better. So it's nerve-wracking, but it's probably one of the best feelings I've ever had.
There is nothing like the feeling of getting on the ladder with my whistle, the band drives out onto the field, and they stand there waiting, and they're ready to go, and they're ready to go, and they're watching. And we blow the whistle, and they bark the loudest, up, 2, 3, 4, and the whole crowd goes, and just kind of has that aha moment, and they have that first sound that is just kind of, we always say, kind of smacks the crowd in the face, that big intense moment, and everybody stands up and cheers as we march the fight song down the field. There is nothing better than that. Absolutely nothing better.